Hey ladies, last week I talked about PMDD and how terrible it is for us women to go through every single month. I gave 5 great tips to help alleviate some of those symptoms. So if you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest it. This week I'm going to talk about having an autoimmune disease, just as terrible as PMDD. So if the doctors couldn't tell if the autoimmune disease created the PMDD or vice versa or what, but at the same time, back in 2018, again, I was experiencing like all these crazy symptoms, and now being healed and healthier, I can see like what was PMDD and what was the autoimmune disease. So the autoimmune disease was the gaining weight, the clumps of hair coming out. I would take a shower and wash my hair and just like chunks of it. It was terrible. I would cry every single time. Like, why is my hair falling out like this? I had horrible cramping in both hands to the point where I had to wear a brace on each hand and go to sleep because I'd wake up in the morning and I couldn't move my fingers. I had achiness, tiredness, anxiety, depression, like all of it. It was absolutely terrible. I am now very thankful for those symptoms because that was the indicator that I had a lot to learn about health and energy and movement versus exercise and listening to yourself and slowing down and giving yourself compassion and grace. So I am thankful for all that, as horrible as it was. But the biggest tip I want to give women, and you don't have to have the autoimmune disease to receive all the benefits from this, is go gluten-free. Gluten is so terrible for you. The bleached flour, just for hormones, like everything. And so when I went gluten-free in 2020, 90% of my, I would say actually, yeah, like 90% of my symptoms for my autoimmune disease went away. And now I'm at a point where I have a very low gluten intake. Probably like 99% of my diet is gluten-free. My fiance does eat gluten. I do have a bite of a brownie one day, maybe a bite of his burrito the next day, and I kind of like compound it a little bit throughout the week. My hand, especially my left hand, will instantly start to cramp up again, and that's my indicator like, okay, you need to go back to 100% gluten-free. It's just like all the inflammation from the gluten comes back, and again, like I can't move my hand, and so that's just a little reminder, like back to 100% gluten-free. There are like different resources that I can link for you guys to check out that just goes into way more detail than what I'm giving, why you should go gluten-free. I have seen such drastic results for my own health that I don't believe, I'm just so passionate about it. As you can see, I'm like stumbling over my words here because it was really night and day. And so when women are feeling lethargic and they're overweight or they're slowing down and they think they're unmotivated, but it's just really their body trying to process all this gluten intake. And honestly, now it's 2024, it's so easy to find gluten-free noodles. And you don't have to get the hippy dippy ones that are like chickpea or like lentil or whatever. You can just get like brown rice noodles. I think that's what it is. And explore those options first. And I'll probably stick to them because like the really hippie ones aren't that great. But there are some that taste just like regular pasta. Try going gluten-free, 30 days and see how you feel. It's going to be incredible. You're going to have more energy. You're going to sleep better. If your body's kind of achy, the achiness is going to go away. And there's just, again, so many benefits for going gluten-free. And if you all have any more questions, like please leave a comment, reach out. I do offer 15-minute discovery calls if you want to pick my brain, or you can schedule, a coaching calls for additional support. Happy 4th of July, everyone.